What's good?
What's up, rice eater?
Rice eater? What does that even mean? What's up, Big Mac eater? You be eating McDonald's every single day.
First of all, I don't mind you being in America, but you're not American, okay?
I'm not even in America though. Why are you tripping?
Oh, it just says United States of America.
Why do I need your approval to be in America? What does that even mean? I don't need you to mind me being in America. Like, you're not the custom. You're not the fucking police officer. You're not in the immigration department.
I know. You know who's in the immigration department right now, dude? It's fucking Jews. They're bringing in fucking all these non-whites into America. First of all, we gotta get the Jews out as a white man.
But like, the Jews are white too. What are you talking about?
They're not. They don't see themselves as white. They're not white.
Okay, so first of all, you want to get the Jews out.
First of all, send all Jews back to Israel. They have allegiance to Jews, first and foremost. We gotta send them all back to Israel. They shouldn't be able to vote. It's just like whites, you know?
That's freaking ridiculous. Like, why do you just assume America is like a white country?
It was. It's founded by whites.
There are many different races in America. That's why it's called the melting pot.
That's a bunch of Jewish garbage, that it's a melting pot for all races. I don't mind Asians as much as I do blacks. They're violent and they're stupid and they don't help this country at all, unless they're slaves.
That is so crazy. How did you go through the whole education system and this is your belief?
Yeah, dude, I'm very educated, bro. Yeah, I know. But the Jews try to fucking brainwash you and they teach you about the Holocaust. First of all, it's all a lie. And it's just to slander Germans. Look at Germany right now. It's being flooded with non-white invaders. And honestly, if China was being flooded with non-white invaders and niggers, I wouldn't want to be a part of that. But that's what's happening to every white country right now because the Jews, they see whites as their number one enemy. So they want to destroy them by just ethnically cleanse them, essentially, by bringing in all these non-whites.
So you're basically saying there's like an ongoing war, kind of hidden war between the Jews and the European whites.
Yes.
I mean, like, as a Chinese person, I look at Jews. I mean, I can't tell the difference between a Jew and a white person. I think they're the same.
What they do, they blend into white countries like kind of a parasite, and they can pass as white, essentially.
Damn, they really do. Like, how do you tell the difference?
Yeah, I mean, some say the nose, but, you know, really it's hard to tell. And if they go to the Talmud, you know, if they go to Jewish schools, that's how you can tell. They say they're Jews.
So are you a white supremacist?
Yeah, sure.
But like, I don't know how in the beginning you're like, you don't mind me being in America. What if I'm born in America? How do you think that would make you feel if you were born in a country and then the people in this country saying, oh, we don't really mind you here? But like, what does that even mean? Like, I was born here.
Yeah, I don't want to be a minority. I mean, you have a homeland, right? What's wrong with China?
I mean, what's wrong with Europe?
What I'm telling you, I'm fine with Europe, but I'm saying Europe is being filled with non-whites. Look at the Muslim population. It's going crazy right now because that's like what the Jews are doing. They're bringing in non-whites. They're actively trying to replace them.
Damn. So you think there's like a conspiracy going on that's trying to eliminate white population?
Yeah, it is, dude. Yeah.
So would you consider yourself as a racist person?
In my town, I see groups of Chinese walk around together in a big group. I see groups of Indians walk together in a big group. And then you turn around and call us whites racist, when in reality, whites are one of the least racist groups in the whole world.
Damn, it's kind of making some sense because it's politically correct to, you know, to look down on racist people. It's like the biggest sin if you say, oh, I just want to hang out with other white people. That's like the worst thing a person could possibly say. But like how you were mentioning, like even in America, like Asian people hang out with Asians, black people hang out with black people.
Yeah.
Just kind of natural, right? Because like we kind of hang out with our own race. That's just how it is. And when you see a foreign person, for example, like if you see a group of black people in China, you just kind of naturally feel kind of strange, right? Like that's an appropriate term. Let's be honest. In China, there's like many African people in China,
but they don't have the same problems that we have here. They don't put up with big African gangs, you know, in the streets. They don't put up with violent blacks.
True.
Full stop. But whereas here, we're just like, we put up with it all day long.
And you have to deal with it. It's just like they live around you. They're in your community.
Yeah, it's forced upon us. We have no choice from it.
But like, what's the solution then? Like, you can't go back to segregation. That don't make sense.
Well, I mean, the Naturalization Act, you could go back and just appeal the 14th Amendment and say basically all citizens after that point, you know, all blacks are not citizens anymore. Send them on their way back to Africa.
Then trying to revoke their citizenship and send them back to Africa?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the best thing that could happen. But the worst problem is the Jews right now. They got us in this situation. I give them credit. They control our toll.
They are controlling you guys. Like, kids don't learn about American history. It's all about what happened to the Jews. It's all about Holocaust. I went to high school in America. I didn't learn shit about US history. I learned a ton about what happened to the Jews in Germany.
And then how whites are bad and how the Germans are evil.
Yo, imagine being a regular white kid in America. They grow up being taught they were the bad people oppressing the Jews. They're enslaving the blacks. And they were the people who's being racist. And then they're like kind of have this white privilege.
We're under foreign occupation that's hostile towards us, essentially. Because, you know, the Jews are foreign occupiers. Trump is no different. Biden is no different. They're both controlled by Jews. It's just a fact, you know.
White kids, they even feel bad about their sexual preference. They would feel bad if they're a boy. They feel like they have this male privilege over LGBTQ community. So it's hard to be a normal white boy.
Yeah, they're also not taught any tradition. You know, Chinese are taught tradition. That tradition is good, but we're not taught any Greek tradition, really. I feel like that should be a subject in school, you know, ancient Greek and like Roman traditions.
Damn, you guys are actually being culturally invaded.
Cleansed, culturally cleansed.
It's like a hidden war. I feel like brainwashing is worse than actual war, because actual war, you know, there's like an enemy. They start from children who didn't even have their conscious choices and thoughts. They won't even need to be at war because they become part of the oppressors.
Essentially, yeah. Asians are smarter than whites usually.
Usually, that's like a scientifically proven fact. Like Asians have higher IQ among all the races.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like the brainwashing has gotten so heavy, like most white people don't even really think about it.
And they listen to black people music all day and they think that those are their heroes. You know who runs the music industry too? I don't need to say it.
Who?
Well, usually Jewish people. Same with the Hollywood, you know.
They idolize game bangers. They idolize fucking murder shit.
They should be thinking about non-violence and like, you know, learning their traditions, you know, because non-violence is like our tradition. Yeah. I watched this documentary called Europa, The Last Battle. Before that, I was like, why would anyone hate the Jews? You know, why would anyone dislike the Jews? And then I watched that and I was like, damn, okay. So, you know, there's kind of a reason being kicked out of 109 nations.
Damn.
Like over 1,000 times.
What are the reasons behind it? Like, why are the Nazis going so hard? What's there to hate so much that you're just trying to fucking eliminate them?
They didn't really eliminate them. There was never an order by Hitler to, let's say, kill them all. Never once.
There wasn't? I thought there's like concentration camp and they just kind of like...
You know what's funny about the concentration camp? There was a swimming pool, a theater, a maternity ward, a doctor's office. There was like all kinds of things. It was basically a nice summer camp. Even before that, most of them were allowed to leave to Israel with all their money.
So it's not as bad as the history book was taught?
Oh, not at all. And that's why they make it illegal to question the Holocaust in Europe now. Like, it's illegal to question it. If you say, I don't think that's how it went, they go, well, throw you in jail.
I mean, you sound very educated and smart. Like, what do you do for a living? What is it, your occupation?
I'm going to join the military soon, probably. But right now, I was going to college.
I really like how nowadays, because like there's internet access, then like you don't have to get information from school. There are unlimited amount of information for you to absorb.
You know, well, I wish it was easier too, because a lot of these things I'm talking about, you know, it's not even allowed on YouTube. You know, any anti-Jewish stuff is not allowed on YouTube, period. You know, so it's kind of hard to find that stuff.
You know, instead of focusing on the hate and all the conspiracies, like maybe just think about like how we could all get along, right? No race deserves to just be fucking eliminated.
Yeah, I feel bad, you know, for all the races, honestly, especially blacks. I do feel bad for them. You know, immigration, I don't think it's going to help those countries if like all the smartest people just leave to America.
That's true. It's like America's absorbing all the elites
and then just leave the rest of the world to die in poverty. Honestly, like how would that not help Africa if we sent the college educated blacks and sent them back to an African country? I'm sure they'd take them.
If you put it that way, that kind of just made kicking the African people back to their country sound like for a good cause. You know, sometimes we tend to go on the radical side. We think, oh, this is good, this is bad. Like how in the beginning you think like, you know, the Jews are terrible, the Chinese people are trying to like take over and stuff. Maybe try to go to the middle ground.
I don't really think Chinese people are trying to take over. They'll do anything, it seems to succeed sometimes, especially in China.
That is true.
Which is not necessarily, you know, always good, you know, if you're just trying to succeed.
All right, sounds good, man.
All right, peace out.